In the 1950s, the B-movie scene was thriving, and one such film that emerged from this era was Attack of the Giant Leeches. The casting process for this movie was a series of auditions, chemistry tests, and pivotal moments that shaped the final cast. The lead role of game warden Steve Benton was given to Ken Clark. Clark, a seasoned actor, had already made a name for himself in the industry. His rugged charm and solid acting skills made him an ideal fit for the role. The makers were confident that Clark could bring the necessary gravitas to the character. Yvette Vickers, a popular actress and pin-up model, was cast as the female lead, Nurse Dorothy Freed. Vickers' charm and screen presence made her a standout choice for the role. Her chemistry with Clark was undeniable, adding an extra layer of authenticity to their on-screen relationship. The role of the grizzled, alcoholic local, Dave Walker, was played by Gene Roth. Roth's ability to portray a complex character with a mix of humor and drama made him a perfect fit. His auditions showcased his range, and the makers were convinced he was the right choice. The remaining supporting roles were filled with a mix of newcomers and experienced character actors. Each actor brought their unique skills to the table, contributing to the overall success of the film. The casting process was a careful balance of finding the right talent and ensuring the chemistry between the actors was palpable. In the world of B-movies, the casting process was often less formal than in major productions. However, the makers of Attack of the Giant Leeches understood the importance of choosing the right cast. Each actor was chosen for their ability to bring their character to life, creating a memorable and entertaining film. The 1959 low-budget sci-fi horror film Attack of the Giant Leeches was directed by Bernard L. Kowalski. Known for his efficient and fast-paced directing style, Kowalski worked closely with the cast and crew to create a compelling and suspenseful movie. Kowalski's approach to the film was heavily influenced by the B-movies of the 1950s, with a focus on creating a thrilling and entertaining experience for audiences. He employed a variety of camera angles and techniques to build tension and enhance the film's horror elements. Collaborating with a relatively unknown cast, Kowalski was able to elicit strong performances from his actors, including Yvette Vickers and Michael Emmet. He worked closely with the cast, providing guidance and direction to help them bring their characters to life. Kowalski also worked closely with the film's crew, including the special effects team, to create the movie's titular giant leeches. The leeches were brought to life through a combination of practical effects and creative camera work, resulting in a memorable and menacing on-screen presence. Overall, Kowalski's directorial vision for Attack of the Giant Leeches was focused on creating an entertaining and thrilling B-movie experience. Through his efficient directing style, collaborative approach, and creative use of camera techniques and special effects, he was able to bring the story to life in a unique and memorable way. The 1959 movie Attack of the Giant Leeches is a classic example of B-movie horror. It tells the story of giant leeches that terrorize a small town. The movie is filled with cheesy special effects, over-the-top acting, and a plot that is so bad it's good. One scene that has had a lasting impact on me is when the leeches first appear. The way they are portrayed is both funny and scary at the same time. It's a perfect example of the charm of B-movies. If you're a fan of classic horror movies, you won't want to miss this one. There are many funny, shocking, and even sad facts about the making of Attack of the Giant Leeches that will keep you entertained. When was the first time you watched this movie? I'm curious to know if it had the same impact on you as it did on me. And if you have a cherished memory or personal experience related to this movie, we would love to hear about it in the comments below. So, grab some popcorn, get comfortable, and join us for a journey into the world of Attack of the Giant Leeches. The 1959 movie Attack of the Giant Leeches was primarily filmed in and around the Florida area, with the studio scenes shot at drive-in studios in Miami. The set design was minimal yet effective, relying on swampy, dark environments to create the eerie atmosphere required for the film. The production team faced several logistical challenges, one of which was filming in the swamps. They had to deal with insects, reptiles, and other wildlife, not to mention the unpredictable weather conditions. To navigate these challenges, they often filmed during the dry season and took necessary precautions against wildlife. Innovative techniques were not extensively employed due to the low-budget nature of the film. However, the film does stand out for its creative use of practical effects. The leeches were created using large rubber suits, giving them a menacing and otherworldly appearance. The underwater scenes were achieved through a combination of innovative camera angles and the use of a water tank. The locations used in the film, particularly the swamps, added authenticity to the production. The murky waters and dense vegetation provided a perfect backdrop for the Leech's habitat, enhancing the overall suspense and horror of the movie. Despite the logistical challenges and limited resources, the production team managed to create a memorable B-movie classic. The Corman brothers, Gene and Roger, known for their B-movies, brought us Attack of the Giant Leeches in 1959. This hour-long film features a small community in the Florida Everglades facing off against the tidal monsters. It's challenging to decide who to root for, as the human characters are far from admirable. The swamp dwellers are an eclectic bunch, including the goofy Michael Emmet, busty Yvette Vickers, and the imposing Bruno VeSota. VeSota was a prolific actor in grade B and Z films of that era. However, the giant leeches don't make an appearance until well into the movie, and when they do, the monster suits fail to convincingly hide the actors' diving suits and air tanks. Director Kowalski, who later directed Macho Callahan, featuring a man in a cheap bear suit, was at the helm of this production. Despite the film's shortcomings, Attack of the Giant Leeches has its charm as an excellent bad movie. The monsters are genuinely frightening, and for those who saw it as children, it might have been a terrifying experience. The Southerners in the film are portrayed as ignorant, violent, and sexually degenerate, which was a common trope in Hollywood movies of that time. However, the monsters are the real stars of this show. The creation of a film's score and soundtrack is a crucial aspect of storytelling, as it enhances the narrative and emotional tone. However, for the 1959 movie Attack of the Giant Leeches, specific details about the composers and musicians involved are not readily available. This lack of information makes it challenging to provide an in-depth exploration of the score's creation. Generally, in filmmaking, the score is composed to accentuate the mood, atmosphere, and emotional content of a scene. It can heighten tension, evoke fear, or convey sadness, among other emotions. The soundtrack, on the other hand, often comprises popular songs that are integrated into the film's narrative. In the case of Attack of the Giant Leeches, a B-grade horror sci-fi film, the score likely aimed to enhance the eerie and suspenseful scenes, reinforcing the threat of the leeches. The music would have contributed to the overall suspense and horror, amplifying the impact of the visuals. While specific insights from the composers and musicians are unavailable, it's safe to say that they would have worked closely with the director to ensure the music aligned with the film's vision. The process would have involved watching early cuts of the film, discussing the emotional tone of each scene, and then creating and recording the score. The soundtrack, if one was used, would have featured songs that complemented the film's narrative. These songs would have been carefully selected to enhance the viewing experience, either by reflecting the characters' emotions or setting the scene. In conclusion, while specific details about the creation of the score and soundtrack for Attack of the Giant Leeches are scarce, it's clear that the music would have played a significant role in enhancing the film's narrative and emotional tone. Stephen King, a well-known author, developed a childhood crush on actress Yvette Vickers after watching Attack of the Giant Leeches. Vickers' last known work in the industry was providing commentary for the DVD release of Attack of the 54th Woman. Unfortunately, she passed away, with her final moments going unnoticed for some time. The film Attack of the Giant Leeches is now in the public domain, accessible for anyone to view without copyright restrictions. Vickers' performance in the movie remains a notable aspect of her career, leaving a lasting impression on her fans. One of the most iconic scenes in Attack of the Giant Leeches is when the monstrous leeches make their first appearance. The dimly lit swamp, eerie music, and sudden emergence of the leeches create a sense of suspense and fear. Director Bernard Kowalski effectively uses shadows and light to heighten the audience's anxiety. Actor William Hudson, who plays the game warden, gives a commendable performance as he discovers the leech's lair, displaying both terror and determination. Cinematographer Taylor Lautit's use of a handheld camera adds to the chaotic and frightening atmosphere. This scene leaves a lasting impact on the audience, setting the tone for the rest of the movie. Another memorable scene is the underwater sequence, showcasing the leech's hunting technique. The black and white cinematography, combined with the use of real leeches, adds to the film's authenticity and horror. Kowalski's direction keeps the audience on edge, as the leech's next move remains uncertain. The actors' reactions to their underwater encounters further enhance the scene's intensity. This unique and disturbing scene remains etched in viewers' minds, contributing to the film's cult status. Lastly, the climactic confrontation between the remaining characters and the Leeches is particularly impactful. The use of practical effects, such as the Leech's giant jaws, creates a sense of realism that keeps the audience engaged. The actors' performances during this high-stakes scene are noteworthy, as they display a range of emotions from fear to triumph. Kowalski's direction ensures that the pacing remains fast and thrilling, leading to a satisfying conclusion. This iconic scene leaves a lasting impression on the audience, solidifying Attack of the Giant Leeches as a classic horror film. Yvette Vickers, an actress in the 1959 film Attack of the Giant Leeches, had musician and songwriting parents who recorded under the name the Chuck Vetter Trio in the 1950s and 1960s. They were known for their rock and roll and jazz instrumentals. Vickers, who also sang, released a jazz CD in the 1990s called Tribute to Charlie and Maria, featuring some of her parents' songs. Sadly, both of her parents passed away during that decade. During the filming of Attack of the Giant Leeches, producer Gene Corman was hospitalized due to pneumonia. Despite this setback, the production moved forward. Vickers' contributions to the film were notable, but her parents' musical background and their influence on her own musical endeavors offer a unique perspective on her life and career. The 1959 movie, Attack of the Giant Leeches, with its B-movie charm, left an enduring imprint on audiences and pop culture. Its campy special effects and over-the-top storyline provided a fun escape for viewers, making it a cult classic. The film contributed to the popular culture's fascination with monster movies, influencing future productions in the genre. The movie's plot, centered on giant leeches terrorizing a small community, tapped into broader cultural anxieties and fears. It served as a metaphor for the loss of control and the lurking dangers that could disrupt everyday life. This theme resonated with audiences, reflecting the social tensions of the time, such as the Cold War and the fear of the unknown. Additionally, Attack of the Giant Leeches played a role in discussions surrounding environmental conservation. The movie portrayed the consequences of disrupting nature's balance, as the leeches' growth resulted from pollution in their habitat. This message subtly promoted awareness of the importance of preserving the environment, a topic that remains relevant today. Despite its low-budget production, the film's impact on pop culture and its contribution to discussions on social and cultural themes is significant. Attack of the Giant Leeches continues to captivate audiences, leaving a lasting legacy in the world of cinema. Gene Roth, known for his role in Attack of the Giant Leeches, was a devoted father of three. His son, Eugene Arthur, and daughters, Rosemary and Doreen, were his pride and joy. Yvette Vickers, another actor in the film, had a complicated romantic life. She was married 3 times and had a 15-year on and off relationship with Jim Hutton, the father of Timothy Hutton. Director Bernard L. Kowalski shared an amusing behind-the-scenes story from the filming of Attack of the Giant Leeches. Producer Gene Corman was reluctant to pay the grips extra for pushing the camera raft in the Pasadena Arboretum's water. So, Kowalski and his brother took on the task, followed by Corman himself, who donned a bathing suit and ended up in the hospital for a few days. The 1959 movie, Attack of the Giant Leeches, received mixed reviews from critics and audiences. It was panned by some for its low budget and B-movie quality, while others found its campy charm appealing. Noted film critic Leonard Moulton gave the film a bomb rating in his annual guide, indicating a poor quality production. However, this didn't stop the film from developing a cult following among horror and sci-fi enthusiasts. The film's special effects, particularly the leeches themselves, were criticized for their lack of realism. Yet, the movie's unique premise and eerie atmosphere were noted as highlights. As for audience reactions, the film was a moderate success in drive-in theaters, a popular venue for B-movies during the 1950s. Its campy appeal and thrilling moments made it a hit among teenage audiences. Attack of the Giant Leeches didn't receive any major award nominations or wins. However, its enduring popularity in the world of cult cinema is a testament to its impact on the genre. The film's ability to resonate with audiences, despite its flaws, is a significant accomplishment. It shows that a movie doesn't need critical acclaim or awards to leave a mark on cinema history. The film's creators, including director Bernard Kowalski and writer Leo Gordon, may not have received immediate accolades for their work. However, the film's lasting impact and cult status are a mark of their contributions to the sci-fi and horror genres. The film's success in connecting with audiences, despite its limitations, is a testament to their prowess as filmmakers. The film, known as El Pantano Diabolico in Spain, was shot in just 8 days with a budget of $70,000. This same crew had previously worked on Night of the Blood Beast and utilized existing sets on the Chaplin backlot. One of the actresses, Yvette Vickers, had been considered for a lead role in Imitation of Life, released in the same year. Despite the limited resources and tight schedule, the team managed to create a memorable piece of cinema. In the making of Attack of the Giant Leeches in 1959, the low-budget sci-fi horror film had its fair share of memorable moments. The film's director, Bernard Kowalski, was known for his efficiency, often completing a scene in just 1 or 2 takes. This fast-paced work style led to long hours on set, with cast and crew working well into the night. Actor Michael Emmet, who played the game warden, recounted an incident where, during a night shoot in the Florida Everglades, a real leech latched onto his leg while they were filming a scene. The crew found it amusing, and it became a topic of conversation during breaks. The film's special effects were quite rudimentary, even for the time. To create the illusion of giant leeches, production used large, man-made leech costumes. These suits were worn by actors, who would then submerge themselves in the murky waters of the Everglades. The suits often leaked, leaving the actors cold and uncomfortable. Yvette Vickers, who played the role of distressed girlfriend Diana, had a close call with one of the leech costumes. While filming a scene where she is dragged underwater by a leech, the costume's mouthpiece became detached and got stuck in her hair. The crew had to stop filming to free her, and she emerged from the water with a frightful expression, which added to the authenticity of the scene. Despite the challenges, the cast and crew developed a sense of camaraderie. They would often gather around a makeshift campfire during breaks, sharing stories and enjoying each other's company. The film's tight budget and quick production schedule created a unique bond among the team, leading to a memorable experience for all involved. Attack of the Giant Leeches, a classic low-budget sci-fi horror film, has had a significant impact in the public domain. Its music score, for instance, was a stock score previously used in Night of the Blood Beast and Beast from Haunted Cave, both produced by Gene Corman. The film has seen numerous DVD releases, including a box set released by Rhino Home Video in 2004, featuring the Mystery Science Theater 3000 version. Cheapskate Theater also released an HD download of the film in 2016, featuring a new introduction by Toby Radloff and Radloff outtakes and bloopers. Lead actress Yvette Vickers, in an effort to promote the film, posed for a Playboy centerfold, showcasing her boldness and willingness to take risks for her craft. Despite the film's low-budget status, it has left a lasting impression on the world of horror and sci-fi cinema. The 1959 movie Attack of the Giant Leeches might not be considered a classic in the traditional sense, but it has certainly left an impact on the world of cinema. As a low-budget creature feature, it helped define the genre and pave the way for future B-movies. Its innovative use of special effects and makeup techniques, although simple by today's standards, were impressive for the time and inspired many filmmakers to push the boundaries of what could be achieved on a limited budget. The movie's influence can be seen in various subsequent works, from the obvious homages in horror and science fiction films to the more subtle nods in comedies and parodies. The idea of giant leeches as a menacing force has been reimagined and reinterpreted in numerous ways, demonstrating the enduring appeal of this unique concept. Moreover, Attack of the Giant Leeches has become a cult classic, beloved by fans of campy, cheesy cinema. Its lasting legacy is a testament to the power of imagination and the ability of even the most seemingly insignificant films to leave a mark on the world of filmmaking. Gene Roth, born to a gambler father and dressmaker mother, had an early career in managing vaudeville and movie theaters. His specialty in installing pipe organs in theaters led to his acting debut in Hollywood, where he was spotted by a casting director. Yvette Vickers, whose father was a jazz saxophonist, had a different path to acting. While her father's profession may have influenced her creatively, there is no direct connection between his career and hers. Both actors found success in their own right, with Gene Roth appearing in over 200 films, and Yvette Vickers becoming a popular screen queen in the 1950s. A remake of the 1959 film Attack of the Giant Leeches was released in 2008, directed by Brett Kelley and written by Jeff O'Brien. In the original film, the giant leeches were portrayed by actors wearing sack-like suits made of thin black plastic raincoat-like material, with fake suckers attached. The film features Yvette Vickers, who was once cited by Stephen King as one of his movie matinee idols in his book Stephen King on Writing. These facts provide a glimpse into the production and cast of the 1959 film and its remake. Yvette Vickers, known for her role in Attack of the 50-Foot Woman, also appeared in Attack of the Giant Leeches. This 1959 film found new life through appearances on Mystery Science Theater 3000, Cinema Insomnia, and Shilling Shockers. On Mystery Science Theater 3000, the film was mocked, a common practice for the series. Attack of the Giant Leeches has become a cult classic in its own right, providing entertainment for older audiences through its campy special effects and over-the-top acting. In 1959, the film Attack of the Giant Leeches was quickly shot over a span of 8 days, including outdoor sequences at the Los Angeles County Arboretum and Botanic Garden. This movie was one of many creature features produced during the 1950s, which can be traced back to Cold War fears. One notable scene features a character suggesting that the Leech's giant size might be a result of atomic radiation from nearby Cape Canaveral. Gene Roth, an actor in the film, had a close call with death in 1963 when he contracted pernicious anemia. Luckily, he survived, but at a cost. The illness left him significantly underweight and with a gaunt appearance. The film's plot is a reflection of the societal anxieties of the time, and the idea of mutated creatures was a common theme in many science fiction movies of the era. The use of atomic radiation as a plot device was a way to tap into the public's fear of the unknown and the potential dangers of scientific progress. In 1959, American International Pictures released the movie Attack of the Giant Leeches on a double bill with A Bucket of Blood. The following year, in some regions, Leeches was paired with Roger Corman's film House of Usher. This placement allowed the horror film to reach a wider audience and gain more exposure. The movie's success led to its continued screening in various locations, making it a notable addition to the double bill trend of the time. In the 1959 horror film Attack of the Giant Leeches, an unexpected tragedy occurred during the production. The film's lead actress, Yvette Vickers, who played the character Liz Walker, died in 2010 at the age of 82. Her body was discovered in her home years after her death, leading to a shocking and sad discovery. The cause of her death was determined to be heart failure, but her passing remained a tragic reminder of the isolation that can affect even those in the public eye. The film itself is a classic example of 1950s horror, featuring giant leeches that terrorize a small community. The low-budget production values and campy special effects may seem quaint by today's standards, but the film remains a cult classic among horror fans. The film's director, Bernard L. Kowalski, later went on to direct other notable films, including Night of the Blood Beast and SSS. Attack of the Giant Leeches is also notable for its use of underwater photography, which was a relatively new technique at the time. The film's crew used a special waterproof camera to capture footage of the leeches attacking their victims. This technique added a level of realism to the film that was unusual for low-budget horror films of the era. Despite its modest success, Attack of the Giant Leeches did not launch the careers of its cast and crew to new heights. However, the film remains a fascinating time capsule of 1950s horror and a reminder of the tragic fate of one of its stars. Have you seen the 1959 classic, Attack of the Giant Leeches? If so, we'd love to hear about your experiences and memories related to this iconic B-movie. Did it give you a thrill or maybe a good laugh? How did it influence your perspective on cinema, especially in the realm of horror and science fiction? Perhaps you were inspired by the film's innovative special effects or its unique take on the monster movie genre. Or maybe it was the memorable performances of the actors that left a lasting impression on you. Whatever your thoughts, we'd love to hear them. Share your stories and memories with us, and engage with our community by liking, sharing, and subscribing for more cinematic explorations. Let's start a conversation and explore the enduring impact of Attack of the Giant Leeches together. So, don't be shy and let us hear from